Hello friends, this is Cold Run. Welcome back to a blind playthrough of Elden Ring, where last gameplay session, we unlocked and killed the Ancestor Spirit. We continued with Blythe's quest to reach the Eternal City of Nokron to find some treasure for Ranni the Witch, and we're ready to start working our way, at least story-wise, we're ready to start working our way towards the Redmane Festival of Combat to fight Radahn. I don't still quite understand what happened there, but it seems like General Radahn, the Star Scourge, actually did fight the stars or stop the stars in some way, which stopped Ranni in some way too, and stopped her destiny and stopped us from being able to access Nokron in the Eternal Cities. So we'll start working our way down through Caelid's towards that, but there is some other stuff I want to check out that I just have on my list of stuff to do. Now, one thing I did before this, I forgot to record it, was the Fia's Baldekin's Blessing. She gave me a Baldekin's Blessing that I had in my inventory for, like, since I first met Fia, the Deathbed Companion, which was just this consumable. You use it and you get some poise buff. But like most consumables, I never really used it. So apparently, though, when my friend in her playthrough was asking what it was for, I looked it up. And apparently keeping it in your inventory reduces your HP by 5%. So I used it. I guess I've been playing on a minorly more difficult mode with that. Oh well. So next in the list of things where I'm just checking them off, I wanted to come up with a better plan for how to use my ashes. There's a few use cases I can think of. I want something that's kind of distracting and swarmy, something that's tanky, range damage, and then maybe if there's niche cases aside from that. The best one so far seems to be Latenna for ranged. Tanky, I don't know who to use. I was thinking of trying out Mad Pumpkinhead, but I don't have the FP for that. Same with the Kaiden Sellsword. I'm just shy on FP for that without using a talisman to buff it up. So I think I'm going to try out actually the Godric Soldier Ashes for that. That might be an interesting tanky pair. For Swarmy, there's a few choices. Marionette Soldiers seem okay. I might also mess around with the Fanged Imp Ashes and even Stormhawk Dean. There's just one Stormhawk Dean, but Stormhawk Dean also, it says that they use tempestuous winds that encircle it to shred through foes, so they might be actually pretty good at being swarmy, or maybe they're just AoE damage without being super distracting. They might be too squishy for that role. Anyway, that's my initial thoughts here. Alright, so we'll buff up the Godric Soldier Ashes a bit here. Yeah, so we'll try that out as like a tankier option. Next, I want to look through some of the comments I got. I really appreciate the comments and thoughts and just notes in the last Road So Farther episode I did. So I do see now how the Great Rune of the Unborn, I see it now in the games, in the Elden Ring image at the intro. The reason I wasn't seeing it before, aside from that I just can't see things well, is that like I see it, that thing, it's like the left ring with the line bisecting the right third of it. The reason I disregarded it is because I assumed that the whole middle ring was covered by Godric's Great Rune. But I think Godric's Great Rune is like underneath it, and on top of that are overlaid these other ones. So how many rings are there? There's 4 rings, right? So if that's true, then there's the Anchor Ring, which is Godric's ring, which is like kind of the baseline template of the 4 rings. But then one ring is, you know, that one. Another ring will probably be the top one, and then the middle, and then something else maybe. And then like, yeah, a middle, a top, left, right. Middle, top, bottom, left, bottom, right. I think that's how the others are going to go. So I see now, and I see also why I didn't see. I also asked what the cause of Ensha of the Royal Remains was, attacking me was, and the answer made things very clear. So the answer in this case was that Ensha of the Royal Remains attacked me after I got the Haligtree secret medallion half, which was the whole reason that Gideon sent Nefeli to and the rest of his crew to attack the village of the Albinarics. So that, again, it makes a lot of sense, because attacking me was probably Gideon's last real chance of getting this medallion part that he's been searching for. So I imagine that we're going to get some pushback for him if we get the right half of the secret medallion. Where is it? Where is the right half again? No, it's that we have the right half. We need the left half. The left half is... We don't know where the left half is, I don't think. Not yet. I don't think I've heard it. Let me know if I'm mistaken, if some character said, like, you find the left half at so-and-so's butt. But I think we don't know yet where you find the left half. But whenever we do find it, I expect we'll get another attack from one of either Gideon himself or one of his minions. Because he really seems to want to get to the Haligtree. One of the comments Hervé Gonin mentioned is that he mentioned, they mentioned that I have, that when and this is something I remember coming up back when I first saw Rogier dying, was that apparently I did the game in a weird order and Rogier died super early. Like he died earlier than he was supposed to, or earlier than, like, I triggered something. It's not like it bugged out, but I triggered something that killed Sorcerer, I think it's Sorcerer Roger, isn't it? I killed Sorcerer Roger died because of something I triggered before I could get all his quest dialogue, and Hervé Gonin in the comments basically provided the quest dialogue I would have seen if I had done it in the appropriate order. And I think I'm okay looking at this. I do want to see kind of what I was supposed to see, what I just, by happenstance, I missed. I'm okay with that. So I'm going to take a look at that now. Let's see. So you give Roger the knife point, the black knife point, the knife print, right? So this is after, this has to be then after after Fia gave me the clue. I find the black knife print in the black knife catacombs and bring it back, because when I brought it back, he was dead already, so I just gave it to her, or he was unconscious or something. So what would he have said? This is a black knife print. I could scarcely believe you managed to get your hands on this. You recall our conversation about the Night of the Black Knives, yes? They say the assassins who carried out the deeds were scions of the Eternal City, a group of women arrayed in armor of silver under cloaks which fooled the eye. They were... What is a scion? Is a scion... Scion's like a descendant, right? I'm Googling this. A scion is a descendant. Yeah, a descendant of a noble family. So they're scions of the Eternal City. Oh! So if it turns out that... that makes sense. This is like another point of favor in the Ranni is... I mean, it's really adding up fast in that Ranni is behind the Night of the Black Knives. This is another point in favor of that, because she's all about the stars and moon, or stars especially, and the, well, no, she's about the dark moon. She's not about the stars especially, but their family is about the stars and stuff, and the Eternal Cities are all super focused on the stars and moon too. So it makes sense that the Carrion royal family is a descendant in some way of, or scion of the Eternal Cities. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Okay, continuing on. The knives they wielded, though, were... Also, they were all women in silver armor. Interesting. The knives they wielded, though, were imparted with the power of the Rune of Death through Sinister Rite. Please, I beg you, lend me the knife print for a time. I'd love nothing more than to tease out its secrets. Though only a fragment, a very specific ritual had to be performed to impart the power of the Rune of Death. Traces of the one who performed the rite are sure to remain in the imprint. Half my body has been suffused with death. I'm certain it will help me see. So, yeah, we saw the death roots kind of rippling out of his body when he was on his last legs, one might say. Later. Ah, hello. I was hoping to see... And this is, again, Sorcerer Roger. I was hoping to... So this is... Yeah, I was... So then later, still with Sorcerer Roger. Ah, hello. I was hoping to see you. My examination is complete. Here's the knife print back with my thanks. Gives you the black knife print. Now I have a fairly good idea of who performed the rite upon the blade. The person who orchestrated the Night of the Black Knives. Lunar Princess Ranni. Oh, well, they're just flat out telling you. Okay. I thought I was being all clever, like sussing it out, but they're like, no, the answer is Ranni. Lunar Princess Ranni, one of the children born to King Consort Radagon and his first wife, Renala. Oh. So, I didn't know I guess it makes sense that she's Radagon's daughter. I just didn't know that. I thought she might have been a daughter from a previous relationship. Okay, yeah. Lunar Princess Ranni, one of the children born to King Consort Radagon and Renala, demigod, and sister to General Radahn and Praetor Rykard. Renala is sister to Radahn and Rykard. I guess we knew that. We kind of knew that all the 5 demigods, Godric, Renala. Wait. No, Renala's not a demigod. Wait. His first wife, Renala. Demigod. No, this is still Lunar Princess Ranni is sister to General Radahn and Praetor Rykard. So she's part of that generation. So Radagon is an earlier generation than Radahn and Godric and Rykard. Okay. Hers was the name I discovered in the imprint. Truly you have my thanks, but if I might be so bold, I would also like to ask something more of you. If Ranni truly is the one who plotted that fateful night, then she should bear the curse mark of destined death. The curse mark of destined death somewhere upon her flesh. I would like you to procure it for me, and then all will be laid bare. I will have the answers I have sought for so long. So then you were supposed to go to Ranni. So I'll bet I must have triggered this by talking to Ranni too early, because I went to, I just kind of wandered into Caria Manor before I had any right to. Not before I did, but before the game told me to. I was just exploring the western part. Okay. To Ranni. So this is apparently when you first see Ranni there. You must be Ranni, the witch, behind the Night of the Black Knives. Her response. I see, quite the sleuth, aren't we? Indeed, I'm the witch Ranni. I stole a fragment of the Rune of Death and used it to forge the god-slaying black knives through fearsome rite. The god-slaying thing is something we'll come back to in a little bit too. I did it all. She just comes right out and says it, doesn't she? But sadly for thee, the curse mark thou seekest is not to be found here. I have slain the body I was born into and cast it away. And it is upon that flesh the curse mark is carved. So what's her body now? Me, I'd ask, where did the body go? Ranni, and why should I reveal that to thee? I performed the act not to bury the past, nor in shame of the deed. So she's okay with it. She just burned the evidence for some other reasons. And I believe her. I don't think she is someone who would really care what I think. I don't think she'd lie to me about that. Because she doesn't view me as worthy of a lie, I don't believe. But all the same, the begging compels me not a jot. The curse mark thou seekest is not here. That is all I will say. Now begone. So the mystery is no longer behind her. Who was behind the Night of the Black Knives? It's kind of, why was she covering it up and why did she do it? So that's a mystery that's still out there. And then presumably we would have joined her service anyway. Does that sound right? Would that have taken us to where we're at, or would things be different if I had actually seen it myself rather than reading about it? Okay, thank you again. Thank you so much for sharing that. That clears up a lot. So the body that she's in, that Ranni is in, is not her own. It's something else. So both she and Melina are burned and bodiless. Unless she is Melina, which I am thinking more and more she might be. I mean, unless two people are both burned and bodiless. It could be like one is one half and the other is the other half. Like Melina is part of the old princess, and Ranni is the other part, but something like that. I don't know. We'll see as we go. Speaking of god slaying. So I've been, again, playing along with my friend, or watching him, kind of being on mic while my friend plays Elden Ring for the first time, and she just passed Stormvale Castle, and when exploring here, she reached this part, and I realized that when she entered this place, I hadn't seen the stuff that she got here. And so this isn't my first time seeing this because I saw it on her playthrough, but I hadn't totally missed this little area. And so I also missed the Godslayer seal and the Godskin prayer book. Godslayer's seal, sacred seal of the Godskin Apostles, inlaid with obsidian, said to represent the manipulation of black flame, the catalyst enhancing... this catalyst enhances Godslayer incantations. So there's a whole group of spells called Godslayer incantations. And then the Godskin prayer book. Prayer book bound in supple skin. Incantations of the God-slaying black flame are written within. Can be given to a learned cleric to gain access to the following incantations. Let's talk with Turtle Pope. All right, give the Godskin prayer book.
What have we here? Very well, let us both learn together. Heresy is not native.
So it's the same thing there. So that opens up Black Flame Blade and Black Flame. And then Black Flame incantation of the Godskin Apostles. So the Godskin Apostles are just a whole new sect, and the dialogue we just read that Ronnie would have said makes me think that she might have something to do with it. Very interesting. Now, I don't feel the need to take on all the knight bosses that ever existed. But this one had a particular ability that interested me when I saw my friend kill them. Which looked good for a piercing weapon. So we'll take this out, and I'm not super worried about it. Okay. So we got repeating thrust. Yeah, I mean, this just as a piercing thing, as a piercing weapon user, as a rapier user, this sounded interesting. So I wanted to try it out. Twist to build power, then unleash a flurry of thrust. So what does this actually mean? Oh, wrong weapon. Okay, so yeah, just big old quick damage. I like the sound of it. We'll try it out for a bit. My only problem is that it does kind of the same thing this does. It doesn't give me an extra tool the way that my range does, or an AoE the way my Blood Slash does, but we'll see. And Victor Prade suggested I take a look at the Rune Arc. I think I looked at it before, but let me just double check. Where is it? It's a tool, right? Yeah, Shard grants the blessing of an equipped Great Rune upon use. Or at least will slightly increase maximum HP upon use. And we also know that it's held to be the basin in which its blessing pool... The lower arc of the Elden Ring is held to be the basin in which the blessing pools. This shard may originate from that very arc. I really should be using these more, at least in boss fights. There's just no reason not to. Once I have tried a boss a couple times and think I have enough of a measure to have a reasonable shot at beating it, I think that's when I use a Rune Arc. If I blow them all in a single boss, so what? Better than not using it at all. What Rune Arc do I have equipped? I think I just have Godric's Rune equipped, right? And that's the only one I can use right now. Yeah, I can't use Renala's at the moment because I haven't given it the blessing thing yet. I never actually got through the Carrion study hall to this place. There was a globe I needed I haven't gotten yet. Okay. This next thing I'm going to do, and really the last thing on my list for the moment, is I really kind of don't want to do this because I don't have any interest in PvP. But I also want to see White Mask Varré's quest line, and so I think I'm just going to bite the bullet on this and see what I can find here. So, White Mask Varré. Let me see if I can find this in my little notes here. Last time I was here, last time I talked to White Mask Varré at the Rose Church here, he gave me a festering bloody finger to circumvent the draw of the two fingers. And he called me his lambkin, of course. So, no, I'm not going to read those. Let me, in case it says, like, hero or kill now or something. I want to be surprised still. So, let's see what happens if I use this. I've never tried using one of these items. Probably it counts as a multiplayer item, right? Yeah. Festering bloody finger. Hopefully I don't have to actually beat someone for this to work. Nearby only, I guess. Invading another world. All right, it's happening. We're doing it. PvP is not my jam. It's not where I get my joy from. New, Phantom Bloody Finger. Okay, we'll look at that later, I guess. Defeat Gal, Host of Fingers. Where are you, Gal? How do we find... There's Gal. Are there a couple of party members? Guts and Gal. Oh, there's two of you. Yeah, that didn't work well. Good game. Nice kill. Excellent. The teabag of victory. You died returning to your world. Hopefully that's enough. If it's not enough, if I actually have to kill the host, I'm just giving up on this quest. Hopefully using it once was enough, though. We'll see. What did we get? We got something else, right? Maybe the thing we got was just a PvP only thing, like it disappeared as soon as we left. I didn't see, but is that enough? It's not enough, I guess. All right, I will leave you alone for now. I just don't have enough interest to try PvP until I win. Okay. Sorry about that, Varré. All right, you know what? I checked, and apparently defeating the host... I just checked on his quest line to see if there was anything I was wrong on. Apparently defeating the host isn't required, but I have to do 3 of these. All right, that I can do. That I can do. All right, fight number 2. The Yearning of the Lakes. Defeat Rorona Zoro, Host of Fingers. Where is Rorona Zoro? How do we... Oh, shit. Let's not go near that. We can't... Oh, is this them? Looks like it. Let's jump in greetings. So, samurai. Their friend is here. I'm jumping in... Okay. Well, that's pretty cool. Oh, almost. Nice job. GG. Yep, the ritual teabag of victory. I respect it. And some of these I actually feel like I might do okay if it's one-on-one, but both of these cases I've gotten into are me against 2 players, which doesn't feel great. All right, Academy Gate Town 3. This is my third and final. Defeat Chrome, Host of Fingers. I doubt it. How do I know where they are? Is it just Hunter Maris summoned? Yeah, so it's going to be another 1-on-2, isn't it? Hunter Corey summon. They're just summoning a whole bunch of people, I guess. I don't quite know what's going on. Am I supposed to be going this way? What is this? I don't know what this arrow means. This arrow must mean that's where the fighting is? Yeah, it is. Okay. Are these my allies or are they theirs? I assume they're theirs. Yeah, and it's 1 on 3. What? This is really... I don't know what kind of PvP this is. Yeah, what do you want from me, game? How is this an experience that anyone seeks out willingly as an invader? I don't quite understand it, but maybe people like being outnumbered. I don't know. Anyway, hopefully that's enough. Hopefully I don't have to ever do that again. White Mask Varré.
Oh, Lambkin, so pleased you're here. I'm glad that you're enjoying my gift.
Am I?
I knew it from the very start. You have a taste for noble blood.
I really don't.
I wish to anoint you a proper inductee. A knight to serve Luminary Mohg, the Lord of Blood, and establish a new dynasty.
That was worth it.
Luminary Mohg has strength, vision, and of course, love.
Of course.
So, what do you say, my lambkin?
Anoint me, sure.
Yes. Who would have it any other way? Now, take this.
Lord of Blood's favorite. So we have... This was worth it. This was absolutely worth the annoyance. So we have a name for the Lord of Blood. Lord of Blood is Mohg.
For your final trial,
Luminary Mohg.
soak the cloth with a maiden's blood. Normally, this ritual would involve killing one's own maiden and recanting the wisdom of the 2 fingers. But since you are maidenless, the blood of anyone's maiden will do.
Yeah, we're not doing that. Okay, I'm not killing a maiden. I appreciate the offer, but I think that's where my journey ends. I do not want to go like chaotic evil and kill any maidens I find. I'm not killing Hyetta. Yeah, not doing it. Pure white oath cloth given by Varré, the final trial to be anointed a knight of Mohg, Lord of Blood. Soak the cloth with a maiden's blood. The blood of anyone's maiden will do. You are maidenless, after all. That's why you wanted me to get a maiden, so that I could kill her? Okay, well, that's not happening. So I think that's as far as we go with the Varré quest line. So, yeah, that's where I'm going to wrap it up here for today. Thanks for watching. Next time we actually will continue with the story stuff in in Caelid. So yeah, I'll keep exploring from the Caelid ruins. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, subscribe if you want to see more, and we'll see you in Caelid. Bye-bye.